I told you we have our very own Stonehenge in the United States? And that it's possible that two sites were built by the same people. I'm on my way to investigate it right now. America's Stonehenge is a prehistoric site in Salem, New Hampshire. The owner says the stone structures here date back 4,000 years. I got a call from his son, Kelsey. He's discovered a solar alignment, an example of archaeoastronomy that he wants me to see.
So, this is the Central Observatory, and this is what I was telling you about why we call America Stonehenge.
Just like at Stonehenge, someone placed standing stones, large vertical rocks, in a circle. The placement is key. When viewed from the center of the site, each standing stone lines up with the sun on important days of the year. The solstices, the longest and shortest days, the equinoxes, when the sun is on a level plane with the Earth's equator, and the cross-quarter days, which fall midway between them.
This is the summer solstice sunrise stone. So, on summer solstice, the sun basically just rises right over there, right over the stone, just kind of comes at a diagonal, and then just kind of tracks across the sky. And then on the sunset, it just comes right over to...
Right over here?
Summer solstice sunset stone there.
It looks to me like it's actually been worked a little bit, and all the surfaces are definitely weathered, significantly weathered.
Right.
And definitely indicates time. This has been here for a long time.
Well, you know, also, we call this place America Stonehenge, obviously, because of the standing stones. But there's another thing that I found that I think really directly ties the site into Stonehenge in England.
Really?
Yeah.
Kelsey, let's see what you got here.
All right. Well, a few months ago, I was on Google Earth, and I was kind of drawing all the lines out on the alignments, just basically to see where they go. As I was drawing one out on the summer solstice sunrise alignment, yeah, I kept taking out further and further, and you know, I noticed one over Nova Scotia and Newfoundland.
Kind of a northeast direction.
Right,
okay.
yeah. And then as I took it over, I noticed I went right over in England. And I thought that was kind of interesting. So I kept zooming in further and further.
What?
It's going all the way over towards Stonehenge. Not only does it go just through Stonehenge, it actually goes right through one of the trilithons at Stonehenge.
Wait a minute. Through one of the trilithons at Stonehenge?
That's right.
From America's Stonehenge? That's amazing, but I see this line continues off to the east. Where does that go?
You're never gonna believe where that goes.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right.
All right.
So it starts going over towards the Mediterranean.
Yeah. You're kidding me.
Yep, it goes right through Beirut.
Are you sure that's right?
I double-checked it.
Beirut, Lebanon? Well, that's the ancient home of the Phoenicians. Okay, you realize what this means. Do you think there's a connection here between the Phoenicians and America's Stonehenge?
I think it's definitely possible.
Well, I tell you what, if you've got a connection here, this rewrites a huge chapter of American history. This isn't kidding around.
Well, it wasn't always called America Stonehenge. And there was actually a book written back around 1907. It was referred to as Paddy's Caves.
Who's Patty?
He was one of the first people that was on site and he lived there for the 1700s and into the 1800s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I know you guys think this is an old site, but why couldn't he have built it?
Well, I can show you. This is it. This is where Paddy's house was.
Right here?
Yeah.
There's no way that Patty built this. It just reeks of being really old.
Yeah.
And if it's old, it's important.
Some people think that he used the existing stone structures up in that area for animal pens.
He built those huge, massive walls for animals when he's got all these trees and he could have used wood.
That's what they think.
Well, I don't buy that one.
We do have one more thing that ties this site into the Phoenicians.
It turns out Kelsey's dad has a stone from the site. It has a carving on it, maybe some kind of ancient message.
Scott, this is the ball stone. It was found in 1964.
What does it say?
Well, it says, to Baal, on behalf of the Canaanites, this is dedicated.
The Canaanites, from the land of Canaan.
That's right.
That's what they used to call themselves, but everybody in the region called them the Phoenicians. They got all over the known world at that time, and many people believe that they made it over here to North America.
And there are many examples of possible Phoenician writings all the way from Maine down to Brazil.
Well, I tell you what, if this is indeed a Phoenician inscription, you've really got something important here.
Absolutely.
I mean, together with the alignment that you found, you're talking about an incredible site, an incredible discovery. And it really just blasts apart the history books. Anything else here that you might have that possibly could tie this site to the Phoenicians?
Well, there is one more thing. It's actually up on the site. We call it the sacrificial table.
Sacrificial table.
Yes.
Well, I'm not going anywhere until I see that.
And this is the sacrificial table.
This? Do you think there was really human sacrifices here?
And we believe the sacrificial table could have been used for human or animal sacrifice. The stone is about 9 feet by 6 feet. It sits on 4 legs. It weighs about 4.5 tons. And on top is a rectangular-shaped groove that's about 6 feet by 4 feet. And the table's tilted towards me. So if there was a fluid, such as blood on it, it would go into the groove, and then it would continue in the groove towards this little runnel right here. And it would go into possibly a little vase. There is a cutout in the bedrock where a vase could sit. There's one more secret of the table I'd like to show you.
Oh.
Hello, Scott Walter.
What the heck was that?
Hello, Scott Walter.
What do we have here?
Well, Scott, you're standing in the oracle chamber, and we call it the oracle chamber because of this tube here that goes through the wall about 6 feet from the oracle chamber where we're standing out to the sacrificial table. And we think during a ceremony, perhaps people watching above would hear this voice coming out, and it would be like a god or a spirit talking to them. And it was probably a priest or shaman actually shouting through the tube.
Interesting. So really what we have is an example of archaeoacoustics, science of where the ancients would manipulate sound, typically in rituals, by using something like this tube here.
We're about to see the sun rise over the solstice stone, to see the alignment Kelsey Stone discovered that links this site to Stonehenge in England. To me, it's proof of an advanced understanding of archaeoastronomy and of an ancient connection to the United States.
From this point, there are direct alignments that connect America's Stonehenge to other sites, specifically Chaco Canyon, Teotihuacan, Machu Picchu, the pyramids on the Canary Islands, and of course, Stonehenge, England. This is America's Stonehenge here, and then it radiates out down to Machu Picchu, Teotihuacan, Chaco Canyon, and Stonehenge, England is here. Now, what's this line?
So that one there is the equinox sunrise, and we're looking at the Canary Islands and the pyramid platforms in the Canary, which I didn't really know exist until I was shooting this line across the ocean. I just, just for chance, and I get there and I'm looking at the Canary Islands, and then the pyramids show up as you change the scale on Google Earth. And then I did a little more investigation. Yes, there are pyramids.
I would conjure that there are more alignments here, and the fact that these are exact exact lines to these points, that cannot be dismissed as coincidence.
They're pretty significant sites. I mean, they're World Heritage sites, I believe, all of them. So very, very significant. And they are on our significant alignments, too, I should mention. I think we'll find more. We just have to do more research and investigation on these lines here.
Even more incredible is the fact of the positioning of America's Stonehenge so that the solstices and equinoxes would connect to these other points around the globe.